Hello, this is Jacob Bolton, Associate Pastor of Christian Formation here at Westminster Presbyterian Church in Alexandria, Virginia. And today, you get me joined by the sound of the angelic chorus of cicadas. A few Sundays ago, I was driving home from the church on a Sunday after service and was getting out of my car, and I was immediately attacked by some mockingbirds. Now, there's a mockingbird family that lives in a tree and also sort of in the roof of my neighbor's house. We've seen them, fly back and forth. We've noticed them quite a bit during the pandemic. Speaking of, you have heard me give many nature-themed devotions. Here's another one for you. And as I'm getting out of the car, I realize, oh my gosh, I am seriously being pounded, right? Like dive bomb. These birds mean business. And so I then hop back in the car because I'm like, yeah, really quick, shut the door. And I see that right over there in the yard, not my yard, my neighbor's yard, there's a little baby mockingbird. These parent mockingbirds were doing their best to protect their baby. And so I watched for a little bit, and they would swoop down and land near their baby, and then they would feed the baby, or they would care for the baby, sit there for a bit. This was all like 5 minutes. This is not a long time. I, of course, got a text, why aren't you coming inside? And it's like, well, it's because there's these amazing mockingbirds. Come to the window and check them out. So we as a family are all watching these incredible mockingbirds do their thing. And I muster up the courage and the timing to run inside. And so I go inside, and we as a family for like 4 or 5 days now have been watching this family of mockingbirds. We've been doing our best to both give them the space they need while also to support them if they need. The little baby hatchling unfortunately hopped its way into an area that it could not get out of. And so did my best to help while being very cautious about angering or upsetting any of the parent mockingbirds. We've actually watched it grow a little bit over the last few days. It's so adorable. In fact, one of the cutest things I have ever seen is a baby mockingbird use its leg to itch what must be the mockingbird's ear because it had an itch. So imagine baby mockingbird, ball of fluff, using its back leg almost like a dog to scratch its ear. Super adorable, so much fun. I've seen baby ducks, I've seen baby robins, right? I've seen a handful of other birds that have been babies, baby chicks, never baby mockingbirds. This has been an amazing experience for us. Now, the way that I am experiencing this is twofold, right? I am seeing this family of mockingbirds both protect their child, right? I mean, those dive bombs were real. In fact, we have a neighborhood fox who started to sniff around the area where the mockingbird baby was. And let me tell you, those mockingbird parents treated that fox worse than they treated me. The fox got out of town. What did the fox say? The fox said, not today, I am leaving. No, thank you, mockingbird baby. But I've also seen these mockingbird parents care for their baby. I don't know if it fell out of a nest. It just flew by while I'm recording this. That's pretty amazing. But the mockingbirds are caring for their child. They're feeding it. They're keeping an eye on it. And it reminds me of the many different ways that God in our sacred scripture define motherhood in particular as animal-like. Now, there's a handful of different examples of this. In Hosea, God is actually described as a mother bear. In Deuteronomy, God is described like a mother eagle. And both Matthew and Luke use mother hen as an image. God is like the mother hen that collects all of her chicks in her brood. I had never until this past week ever thought of God as a mother mockingbird, feeding, nurturing, caring for, loving, and protecting the child. And so, as I now have cicadas, mockingbirds, and cicadas, mockingbirds, I just got a call, sorry. Cicadas, mockingbirds, phone calls, and lawnmowers, all helping us out with this devotion. I am inspired by the fact that we see God in Scripture and that we see God in nature. That these mockingbirds, that this family is caring for each other, and that we play a significant part in that, right? I was out there helping this family, making sure that I didn't bark in the wrong spot, making sure that they were cared for. I don't want to act, seeing the fox say, you know what, that's okay, not today. There's a unique interconnectedness with that. And it's been so fun for me and my family to watch. Really wanted to share it with you in this devotion, especially as it ties into those beautiful nature images, in particular animal images, right? That we see in Scripture about how God plays that important parental role in our life. So, friends, as we enter into the month of June, we are still in the season of Pentecost, and it is getting warmer, hence the short sleeves. I still say to you all, much love and hold fast.